Hey there, I'm Amanda.
I'm Sherry.
And we are the mother-daughter designers at Monroe Home, where we help you transform the ordinary home into an extraordinary home.
We do, and today we're going to be making a greenery wreath.
Yeah, this is really good. This is specifically a winter greenery wreath, and we've got all kinds of different winter greeneries that we're going to be using today. This is a great project for if you've got just leftover pieces of greenery just hanging around and you want to get rid of them. This is a great project for that.
Yes, it is. You can use any kind of greenery, like she said, any kind of your winter greenery. And we're going to be using some cedar and some pine and some pine cones. Just whatever you've got around will work for this.
So we're also using a 14-inch grapevine wreath base. Now you could use a 14, you could use an 18.
Yes.
You can even make them smaller and use a 12 or 10-inch base. You know, the size would just depend on what you're going for and what you need.
That's right. So I'm going to show you what we've got here. We've got some cedar that we're going to be using that we've got left over. We've got just some pines that's got some little pine cones. And then we've got the picks that have some cedar and some eucalyptus and some a little bit larger pine cones. And like we said, you could use anything that you've got, but this is what we're going to be using. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to put our cedar in. And what you want to do with this greenery wreath, you want to start with whatever you've got that's the tallest. So our cedar is our tallest. So that's the one that's going to start. We're going to green with it.
And we are using our Monroe home glue skillet.
That's exactly right.
This is a really good tool to use if you're making wreaths. So if you don't have one, you definitely need one.
Yes, and now you will see that with this particular one, since this is a greenery wreath, we are going to be putting things in kind of at an angle. You know, usually we green it by doing our cross that we've taught you, but this one, we're just going to start at the top and go all the way around and just put everything in at an angle. Just like that. And I am pulling off some of the bottom leaves just so that I've got a little bit of the stem there that I can dip in the glue skillet and put it right in.
And we're going to go all the way around our wreath base with this cedar.
And this, like, you know, you could use long needle pine around the outside because a lot of times that is going to be your longest, your tallest greenery. Anything like that would work. But we are using our cedar.
So y'all let us know where you're watching this video from. And let us know what the weather is like where you are.
Yes.
It is supposed to be so cold here in Alabama.
And we're not used to that. So it's a little different for us. But
no.
I know it's exciting. I know the kids are all excited about it getting that cold. And
my
husband's
excited.
excited.
If they're excited, it's like, it's one thing if it snows and it's cold.
That's
and they would be really excited then. But I don't know if they're that excited just for it to be cold.
I know. My husband, though, he said, oh, I just cannot wait. So I'm glad it's cold for him, even though if you've watched us, you know that I do not love cold. I love summertime.
So I've already put my cedar all the way around and just went in a clockwise
Yes, and
motion.
I'm putting mine a little closer together. You can do this however you choose. But I'm just kind of putting it closer together because I love the cedar. So I want it to really stand out.
The cedar is so pretty. This is almost like a,
it's a real touch type.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a rubbery feel to it or something, but I absolutely love it.
And I think this might have come from, was it Joann's?
No, this actually came from Walmart.
Oh gosh.
It did.
Walmart has some really good Christmas items this year.
Yes.
Or ours did.
It sure did.
So I'm going around and actually, since she did hers closer, I'm making a second layer all the way around.
You can do that for sure.
Now we're going to be filling this up with greenery. So it's going to have a lot of greenery in it. And honestly, if you wanted to just fill it up with cedar, you could.
Oh yeah, you could.
So if you
It
really
would be
like
great.
cedar, I think this would be really pretty, just filled up with cedar.
Yes, for sure.
This is one of those wreaths that you're going to want to put up. You know, you can put up after Christmas, and you can keep it up all the way until you get ready.
The rest of the season. That's right.
Until you get ready to put your spring wreath up.
That is exactly right. And the main thing with this, and you see that I'm doing it in, you know, around clockwise, and you just want to make sure that even when you get to this side that you continue going around the same way.
The same direction.
The same direction.
Yeah, that's really going to make a big difference.
Yes. You don't want, and believe me, when you think that that's logical, but when you first start doing these, you will see that you automatically want to try to put them in the wrong way.
Oh,
I have had to catch myself several times.
Yeah, I still do it.
Yep.
You know, I have to be thinking. Okay,
I know, you really do.
Clockwise, same direction.
Yep.
All
So
right.
just continue on around. We are about to get there.
So far.
And like she said, you really could make this just a whole cedar wreath. If you've got a lot of cedar left over, that would be beautiful. And I tell you something else you could do. If you have access to live greenery, you could certainly use real for these. Now, of course, they're not going to last you forever, but they will definitely last through the season.
Yeah, I think fresh greens would look really pretty.
They really would.
On this, but we don't really have a lot of
the different pines. We don't. Okay. You know, I've got this other cedar, so I'm going to add some of it around too, I think. But these I'm not going to put as close together. I'm just going to kind of bring these a little bit on the inside.
Gosh, this is already looking really pretty.
Yes. And since these are my taller ones, I still want to go ahead and use these first. But I don't have but just, I think, 3 little pieces of these. So I'm just going to do them just like this.
Oh, I was thinking I had 4, but I guess you're right. There's only 3.
I think there's only 3 of these, but that's okay.
So I will.
Because that's just going to kind of...
We'll space those out a little bit more. I thought I had 4.
And you know what? I think I'm going to cut off just the top because this one's extra long for some reason. And I'm just going to cut that top and then just put this top one right over here. There we go. That's just going to kind of give us that going around a little more. So, and I've still got some more of my original cedar, but I'm going to save that for right now. So now I want to go around with my pine that has the little pine cones on it. So now I'm going to bring these closer to the middle of my wreath. Those were around the outside, so these are going to come around towards the middle.
I almost feel like I can smell pine.
I know,
that's how realistic
you really
this
do,
pine
because
looks
it is.
to me.
I
felt like I got a whiff of actual pine.
It is really funny, but you really do. Just continuing on around, and you see that everything we do is still in that same clockwise position.
Any of this material that we're using, any of this greenery, I mean, you know, if you prefer more cedar, you could just use more cedar. If you like more pine, you could do that. It's really just what you have on hand.
It really is.
Like we said, we just went through our shop and just grabbed like any leftover pieces. We don't throw anything away.
No, we don't.
So,
even if it's just a piece here or there, we keep it.
This is like just a piece that I'll randomly put, you know, somewhere.
Yes.
Because I don't want to throw it away, but
No.
I didn't use the whole bush. So this is the kind of thing that we collected up.
Yes.
And that we're using. So really, it's just anything that you have on hand.
It definitely is. And you see that there's nothing that we have done so far that is hard. This is very easy to do.
I honestly think that anybody could make
can
this
do
wreath.
this. I believe that as well. Okay. Got all of those in. But I think I see a spot that I'm going to add one more since I've got a couple left. I'm going to bring this one right in here. I've got one more.
Some of these pine pieces have the little pine cones and some don't.
Yes.
So I'm just kind of mixing them around, just grabbing, you know, whatever I grab.
Yeah.
I'm putting in.
I'll put this one right. Let's see. I think I'll put it right in here since it's got a pine cone. Now I'm going to do the same thing she's doing. The ones that don't have pine cones, I'm just going to kind of sprinkle them all around. And you see I start at about the same spot with everything. So everything that I put in, I start at the top and work my way around. That's going to help you to keep it all lined up exactly like you want it to.
I love the natural look of these.
I do too. So pretty.
Now, we're not using a bow in this one, but if you wanted to, you could. In fact, I really like this.
Oh, something just fell.
I gotta drop my water bottle. I really like this 1.5 inch linen style burlap. You know,
it
you
would
could
be
add
beautiful in it.
You could add a small bow in there if you wanted to. I think that would be so pretty.
It really would.
So there's so much you could do with it.
Mm-hmm.
But
There definitely is.
we still have a lot more of the pine pieces we can put in and the
That's
cedar.
right.
And what we're doing here is we're just layering, really.
Yes.
So that's all you're doing. You just make a layer and then another layer, and you're just kind of building on each layer.
That's exactly what you're doing. And like we said, this is great for the rest of the, you know, until you're ready to put something out for spring. This would be perfect.
This would also be really good to use indoors. I always keep a greenery wreath inside, and I think that I may use one of these inside my house.
It would be beautiful.
Change out I just have like a standard eucalyptus wreath, but I think for the winter I may replace it with one of these.
It would be beautiful for sure. And look how full it's getting.
don't know if y'all can hear it, but I hear them doing construction.
Yes, I hear it.
Our shop
too.
is next to a school, and they're working on the schools. I would have thought
Yeah.
that the school is out for Christmas.
Yes, and I guess that gives them a good time to do some of the stuff that they've needed to do.
I think some of these would be pretty. I love these picks.
I do too.
I think they would be pretty, a few of those sprinkled in. Now, if you just wanted to stop here, you could, for sure.
Yes, definitely. But, we've always got to do a little extra. That's just what we like.
My 9-year-old the other day, she said, I'm the type that she says that her motto is go big or go home. I said, well, you came by that honestly, because that's my motto too.
Yep, always been our motto.
Go big or go home.
That's right. But here we are. And really, you wouldn't have to do anything else if you didn't want to. But I do love these. So since I've got them, I think I'm going to see about adding some.
Oh, yeah. Look how they add to it.
They do, don't they?
All the different greeneries together look really good.
4. Okay.
Oh, my little pine cone fell off.
Uh-oh.
Well, I can glue it back on. This one's being tricky here.
Yep.
It's weird how they do these pine cones. They have them wired to the pick.
Oh, yeah. I know. And that's kind of...
So I'm just going to glue that. I just stuck it in the glue, and I'm going to...
Yeah, just glue it where you want it. I think that does just add something extra to them. It looks like it must have had a pine cone on it, but there, I took that off. It was just a little brown spot, so.
Making sure I have everything where I want it and even.
Yep. Let's see, one spot that I'm going to add another one of my cedar pieces to up at the top. Here I've got a little hole.
And if you've got any of your grapevine showing, just add these little pieces of cedar.
Yes, you could certainly do that.
Honestly, though, it would not hurt with this one to have some of the grapevine show in because...
No, it would not.
I mean, if you do, that's okay because it actually adds to the rustic.
Mm-hmm. And this, I was just thinking about this while I was doing it, that this is another one that would be great to put a lantern, in the middle. And I don't have one right here, no. But it would be perfect for that. Isn't that cute? And we basically used 3 different greeneries, wasn't it? Let's see, 1, 2, yeah. Now these shorter pines that had the pine cones, some of them had pine cones and some of them didn't. So, but they all came, you know, in the same bush. So that was one, and then the cedar, and then these other ones that had the larger pine cones, and that was it. And we only used 4 little picks of those.
And if you wanted, just, you know, if you wanted to use a little bow in there, you could.
Oh, wouldn't that be? Yeah, be cute.
That would be pretty.
Or I'll show you something else you can do. Show me. Let me see. You could use this to actually hang. Let me cut a piece. We got scissors. You got the scissors?
I've got some.
Here they are.
Oh,
I
yeah.
see them. But you could just take a piece of round and use something like that to hang it with. Just tie a knot in these two. You would just tie a knot and then bring the knot around to the back, you know, turn all of this around so that your knot wasn't showing, and then, you know, hang it up with that.
Oh, yeah,
you could also, if you wanted to, this is just ideas, I would probably hang it on a short one if I was going to do this. Just do that, and then make just a cute little bow, just like that, to hang, you know, to tie to this part.
That'd be cute too.
And that would be cute. Let's see, very, very easy, or nothing at all, and just use it as your greenery, just like that.
I probably won't use a bow for mine. Just
I'm not going to.
I'm going to put it in my house, and I don't know. I just like it. I just like the. Just the
And you see how she kept hers further apart. I like mine thicker, you know, and denser. But you certainly could do them either way. Keep them, you know, pull them further apart and make it even larger. I mean, we both used 14-inch. So either of those you could certainly do. And they come out really pretty, I think. And like I said, I think this would be great to do, you know, some live greenery with. I think that would be neat.
And now that you said lantern swag, I just think this would be so pretty. I have a rustic lantern swag.
Oh, do you have one here?
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh, yay.
Let's just look and see what it's going to look like.
Yeah, so that'll give us an idea anyway, because I think it would be pretty. Very, very pretty. Oh, something else I was going to show.
Oh, you know what? I don't know if this one will fit in there. It's a bigger one.
It may not, but you can show at least.
Would.
Now, here are, yeah, try that first. And
yeah, this one's not quite.
That's not quite. Yeah,
would.
the smaller one would, but that's too big. But see how pretty that would look, though.
Yeah. You
can still see how pretty it would be.
Yeah, I mean, really, you could sit it on top like that. That would be fine. Look how pretty that is. That's so pretty.
And if you wanted to, now I'm just gonna show you because I don't want them in this one. But if you wanted to, these are just some little cheap, very inexpensive little berries that you could add in with them. If you wanted to add some cute little berries to them, that would be something that you certainly could do. Just kind of put those around. So there's so many things that you could do with this.
Yeah.
See?
This is a very,
they would be cute.
Very versatile wreath.
It definitely
it's simple
is.
to make. You can use anything you have left over from, you know, your holiday season. I mean, or from last year even.
Yes, yes.
Just anything you got will work. Any kind of pine. You could even cut off of a pine wreath and just, you know, put the pieces on there. If you had,
definitely.
You know, like a ratty looking wreath, an old wreath that you weren't really
crazy about anymore. Yeah.
You can use the pieces of pine off of it. We do stuff like that all the time.
Yes, we do. Because we believe in using a lot of what you've got. So we don't want to buy more if you've got pieces laying around that you can use.
Yeah. I like to be resourceful.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
But I love the way these turn
I
out.
do too. I'm really tickled with that. I may be using this for my own door this winter. So there you go. So y'all will have to try this and let us know just come back to this video and put in the comments if you make it and let us know. Even put a picture. We'd love to see it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we hope you guys have enjoyed this so much.
Yes,
we sure have.
We have.
I've
enjoyed
fun.
this one.
It's an easy wreath.
It is.
It does not, I mean, it is so simple to make. Anybody
really
can make it, and yet it looks full and beautiful.
And people would be surprised, at how easy it is. They really will. But the main thing to remember is just continue. Make sure that everything you put in, that you always put it in the same direction for this kind.
Yep.
So there you go.
Well, we thank y'all so much for joining us today. We are live every Friday at 4:00 p.m. Central Standard Time for Flower Friday Live. So y'all join us next Friday. And you can always check out all of our blogs that have all of our past tutorials with the supply list.
Yes.
At gracemonroehome.com. And if you will, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
That's right.
And click that little bell so you get notified.
Definitely, because we do release things at least weekly, so yes.
And if you are watching us on Facebook, if you will, please click the follow button as well as on Instagram.
That's right.
I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend and a very Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.